Hey everybody, well for today, I figured I'd do what I love to do in Palm Springs and find tongue-tied, celebrity homes of the past. So I looked up a few online. I found a cool little area of some notable celebrities that I thought, let's go check them out and see what these houses are all about out here on the outskirts of Vegas. Now, we're about a mile and a half from the Strip. This is not the nicest neighborhood nowadays, but we're still going to see some pretty cool places. Let's go. So for our first house, we're on the cul-de-sac of 3333 Seminole. And this house right here, well, it is documented that it was Johnny Carson's house. This was Johnny Carson's home when he was out here. I'm not sure of the exact dates, but it was also boxer Joe Louis. Yeah, kind of a smaller place, you know, when you think of Johnny, but I guess it was close to Vegas, so just somewhere to hang his hat. So as you can see, this is really Palm Springs-esque, these style homes over here. They didn't have tract homes, so they were all more on the custom homes. So there's some really cool ones, but we're in the Paradise Palms neighborhood, and that's where we're gonna go look at some of these celebrity homes of the heyday out here in Las Vegas.
Hotels, one boasting the longest running, most successful entertainment spectacular in America. A professional gambler who Sports Illustrated has acclaimed as the best football handicapper in America. A man who will take you inside sports as no one else has ever done before. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Rosenthal.
So from this sign, we're on Spencer and Cherokee Lane in the Paradise Palms. Look at this house. The architecture on this house is so cool, so classic. But the one that I want to show you is this home right here on Spencer Street, 3572. Now, this was Frank Rosenthal's house, ace, lefty. If you've seen the movie Casino, then you know. This is where Frank lived, and it's kind of crazy when you look at we're in the flight path, but out in the distance here, directly down the street, is the Wynn and the Venetian Casino. But turn back to here, yeah, so Frank was a professional sports handicapper. He was also a casino exec, he was also a mob associate, and he was also, well, an FBI informant. But it's so wild to actually be somewhere where, you know, history to life. Still got the camera on the roof, nowadays camera, but it's where Frank would have been. And if you remember the final scene and the opening scene of Casino where his car was bombed at the Tony Roma's is not too far from here. Frank Rosenthal.
Get your ass and get your things and get out of here.
You're firing me?
I'm firing you. No, I'm not firing. I'm firing you.
You might regret this, Mr. Rothstein.
I'll
The
regret it
address
even
is
more if I keep you on.
3257, but I guess the numbers are coming off. As you can see, there's the 2 down there, but wonder if that was original. That's cool. Not sure who his neighbor was, but I just wanted to show this house just because how great it is. And wow, this would definitely fit in Palm Springs. I like the roof and the tiers to it, and solar capable, and even that front door screams Palm Springs, and it looks like this would be the perfect shag house. It seems like there's a little thing on there saying something, but I'm not going to walk up there today. But yeah, really cool house. More notable house out here in this neighborhood is this one right here, 2058 Ottawa Street. And this is Debbie Reynolds' house. Debbie Reynolds, of course, mother of Carrie Fisher, married to Eddie Fisher, connected to, well, Liz Taylor, and the stories go on and on and on. But she was a lot more than that. Debbie Reynolds was really an extraordinary person. And here is the entrance with the original blocks you can see too. I think it's so great that this neighborhood has grass in Las Vegas still. Probably one of the only places that's still allowed to have it. But this is where she stayed when she was out in Las Vegas. And you can see, once again, there's the Encore. And directly behind me, more Palm Springs homes for sure. They got the style down, and the doors are just on point. Okay, to our next celebrity home. All of these houses are fairly easy to find if you just do a quick Google search, but they, the cool thing about them too is they're all within like a half-mile drive of this neighborhood, and a lot to see in this neighborhood. Like this house right here. This is not the house. We're on another cul-de-sac. This is the house right here. Now, this actor was in, I believe, 198 films. And his son, oh, I think his son's great, especially in The Lost Boys, is Kiefer Sutherland. So this must be the 6'4" Donald Sutherland's house. And like I'm saying, you can't really, I'm not sure if you're allowed to have grass any longer in Las Vegas unless you're almost like grandfathered in. But what a great home. They look so out of place here. They look like they should be in California, Beverly Hills, the Valley, a lot of the ones around here. But yeah, this was actor Donald Sutherland, who just passed away in 2024. Rest in peace, Donald. Cool house.
Hello all. If you're watching this, then I have croaked. Now I will never know what happens on so young.
So I know this isn't someone's, well, it is someone's home, but it's not a celebrity home of the past. But if you're a fan of movies, you're a fan of Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, mobster flicks, the movie Casino. I've done this once before. It was terribly windy out here. I'm back. This is such an important part of the movie where Robert De Niro comes out in his robe. Sharon Stone crashes her Cadillac right here. Let's look.
Coward! You motherfucker! You.
In the movie, this is the walkway to Sam Rothstein's house, and then Don Rickles is inside there with them when they have it all locked up. And over here is where Sharon Stone comes screeching down the road. And it looks like it's a private home now. It looks like a lot of crazy stuff. It's so cool though to see this. And I think somebody's looking at me in the window, but I'll be fast. So yeah, this is so awesome. I was here the last time, and like I was saying, it was super, super windy. And I'm not sure like how much of the interiors. I did read that they did use the interiors here. There were a few parts where you see him shooting out towards the street, so that, and De Niro coming out the front door. But the part with the feds flying around and running out of gas was also shot here. Now, I've read two stories that it was either shot behind the house, or let me show you the other part where they say the airplane landed, the Cessna looking plane landed on the golf course, which we're surrounded by over here to the right.
If she calms down, I will let her in the
I
house.
am calm.
If she calms down, I will let her in the house for 5 minutes. If you gentlemen will escort her out.
Waiting for these guys to play through, and then we'll take a look. But so it is at the end of the cul-de-sac, which would have been ideal for filming back in the day. But actually, it'd be ideal for filming nowadays too. And someone conveniently made a hole in here for me to, well, to make a little entry. Temperature out here in Las Vegas is in the high 70s, almost 80s today, and these people have a nice backyard too, right here on this golf course. So I believe it was over here, because if you look at this, it's, you know, the one spot where they would have, you know, the open air, and they can actually a lot of room to land a small plane. And over here is the golf course. And if you ever go to the golf course, you can go to the clubhouse. This is where Tiger Woods won his first championship event. Is he getting over the water with that one? Keep it straight. Does he got the distance? And it carried. Nice shot. But yeah, another part of film history. But we're going to go look at a couple more actual homes.
The feds were watching Nicky play golf for so long they ran out of gas. Just what I needed, right in front of the control board.
You hear a whole lot of hammering coming from this house right here. And if I'm walking distance away, I'm about a minute or 2 minutes away from Lefty, Ace, Sam Rothstein's house right around this corner. Right over here. You go down, make a left. This house right here now was once owned by Jay Sarno. Now, the name Jay Sarno may or may not ring a bell for you, but he was a motel, hotel entrepreneur. He is the reason why there's Circus Circus. He was the brains behind the whole operation, and it looks like they got the original glass bevel windows and stained glass in there still. He also opened Caesar's Palace. So yes, this guy, besides Sam living around the corner here, Jay Sarno lived so close. So you know, well, everybody knew each other out here back in that day. They probably still do, but so close to Sam. Jay passed away, I believe it was 1984 at the age of 62. He had a heart attack at Caesar's Palace. And sadly passed away. But yeah, Circus Circus, the brains on this guy coming up with that. I wonder what he'd think of it nowadays. But Caesar's Palace, I don't think he'd be too stoked that the stock is currently under $25. Might be a little upsetting to him as well, but looks like they're doing a full refurb and gutting out the inside. And they've turned the front garage into a room. This house is just interesting. I don't know who lives here. Maybe they opened the Imperial Palace. I have no idea, but just the Japanese architecture of like the swooping roofs, I thought were really cool. And they're pretty big on the iron fences there all the way around the lower part. Just a cool looking house. But I got a treat for you. We're going to another one right now. Now, this next house that we're going to, this one's kind of interesting to me, and a lot of people, younger people, aren't going to remember, but she was very good friends with Bob Hope. This is the home of Phyllis Diller. Now, she was a comedian, she was an actress, she was everything. I mean, she was pretty eccentric, and she was real loud, and I'll put some clips in of her as well. But she lived here at 1515. Now, she passed away at the age of 95, and she didn't pass away at this home, but when she did pass away, she's still worth $18 million. So, I mean, she really racked it up. And this is a pretty cool, I mean, it was a pretty big house for even back then. You see now there's, I don't know if it's still in the family, but the original wrought iron work. And it's 1515 Cayuga, if you would ever like to come and say hi or just check out Phyllis's place. A lot of these places, well, I guess my house has cameras too, but it's just a new thing. She would have came in right through there.
Well, I couldn't wait to get here because Lucy is my kind of a girl. We're both cut from the same mold. It's just that I'm moldier.
And we have one more house for this video. I had a great time driving around this neighborhood finding houses of the past. A lot of houses I was questioning who actually lived there, because some of them look pretty cool that you want to know the story behind it. When I have more time, this was an impromptu trip. Like I said, we came out of here at the last minute to Vegas. The house behind me now. Oh yeah, like this video if you like this video. Please consider subscribing as always. And if you like these types of videos, please let me know and I'll do more of them. But the house behind me, she was known for singing songs such as I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Midnight Train to Georgia. I think that gives it away right there. This is the home of, well, let me flip that. Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight, glad to say that she is still around, still with us. And I gotta just wonder if when she was living here, if the top room was there, because I'd figure that would be hers, right? That looks like somewhere for the star to be. And you know, they even have a wooden staircase up the side, which is pretty interesting. And these palm trees are all fully grown. You can see by just the girth of these things. Probably planted when they moved in years ago. But yeah, this is where Gladys stayed back in the day when she was entertaining in Las Vegas. And look at this. I just saw in the back they got that curly Q like round staircase as well. So that is quite a big room upstairs, and there's the double doors downstairs. I think Gladys Knight's great. I love her music. I mean, she's got a great voice. But with that being said, I'm gonna head to the Strip, go do some stuff out there. Here's another very Palm Springs-ish house. And here comes a car that sounds like it needs to see a mechanic. And look at this, right across the street from Gladys. If she was still living here, she could have trick-or-treated over here and sat on the Jack Sparrow bench. All right, I'm going to the strip to do another video. See you tomorrow.